This is Freedom Global News.
President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria is committed to infrastructural renaissance. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy says national identification number to enable federal government and security agencies identify internet users. Troops arrest 71 terrorists in Borno internally displaced persons camp. And on the foreign scene, last South African apartheid president dies at 85. Possessing a permanent voter's card is a duty to all citizens. Please ensure you acquire yours. Good evening. You're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zanna. Today is the 11th of November, 2021. And now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigerians will be able to look after themselves when infrastructure is in place. Buhari said this today during his meeting with the president of Islamic Development Bank, Mohammed Al-Jasser, at the sidelines of the Paris Peace Forum in France. Special advisor to the president of Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, made this known in a statement entitled, "When infrastructure is in place, our people can look after themselves," President Buhari tells IDP president. According to the statement, Buhari stated that his administration was committed to an infrastructure renaissance for Nigeria due to sustainability. The IDP president also assured Buhari that the bank will continue to support Nigeria as its main role was to promote development among its stakeholders. The International Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, Bayero University, Kano, has started professional training to build the capacity of the staff of the Nigerian University's pension management company, NUPEMCO, in the area of Islamic finance. Director of the institute, Professor Binta Tijani Jibril, who presented a paper on the aspect of Islamic modes of financing. She said the training is to enable NUPEMCO in creating a pension scheme that is Sharia compliant in their company.
The purpose of this training is to build the capacity of participants, especially the staff of NUPEMCO, that is the Nigerian University's pension management company in the area of Islamic finance, to enable them to prepare adequately for the introduction of a pension scheme that is Sharia compliant in their company.
A participant, Sani Musa, expresses his opinion on the training.
Our expectation from this training is that the entire members of the Management Investment Committee will be more equipped, will have the basis to take investment decisions that would provide high returns to the contributors that opt for non-interest pension asset management. So we have a high expectation that the Institute would provide adequate training.
Correspondent Aisha Bello Mahmood reports that the aim of the sensitization is to create awareness among the general public in regards to the benefits of Islamic finance and the different Sharia-compliant interventions that the federal government provides. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, said the national identification number will enable the federal government and security agencies know the identity of internet users in the country. Pantami said this during the Nigerian International Partnership Forum in Paris, France. He also stated that NIN will be the foundation of the economy and the security of the country. The minister said having NIN is a prerequisite to enjoying government services and that this will bring more peace of mind to potential investors to know that the government has been doing something significant in that regard. He added that the country has also launched and commissioned a National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics that focuses more on research and coming up with innovative solutions in the country in the area of security, and now the center in collaboration with security institutions in the process of developing robots and many more that are going to be deployed to make our country safe and sound. The High Court, presided over by Justice Abdul Mewada Abubakar, has given an interim order restraining the State Police Commissioner, Ismaila Dikko, and one Inspector Friday from arresting a popular journalist, Nasir Zango. The journalist had in his prime time program in Daranka exposed how some police officers extorted millions of naira from innocent people in the name of bail. Dissatisfied with the reports, the Commissioner of Police allegedly ordered for the journalist's arrest. When the journalist got wind of the development, he rushed to court to seek protection against harassment and detention. After hearing Abba Hikima, the counsel for the journalist, the judge issued the order today. The case is adjourned to November 19, 2021 for hearing of motion on notice. The 17-man committee set up by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to develop a master plan in developing football in the country will be inaugurated today in Abuja. The ministry unveiled the committee in September following the charge by President Muhammadu Buhari to football stakeholders to produce a 10-year football development master plan for the country. Correspondent Hawa Ademikiawa has details of this and other sports updates.
Members of the committee include former internationals Emmanuel Babayaro, Sunday Olise, and Olusegun Adegbami. Others are Ikedi Isiguzo, Adokie Amiesimaka, Musa Amadou Bode Durotoye, John Opubo, Ayo Omidiran, Ogbu Ojiabo, Tobichuku Okigbo, Ade Ojekere, Ibrahim Galadima, Muhammad Sunusi, Tony Nacheta, Yemi Idowu, and Muhammad Daha Omar Farouk. Meanwhile, Nigerian stars Joe Aribo, Leon Balogu, Calvin Bassi, and Nnamdi Ofobo will get a new boss in the coming days after Steven Gerrard left his role as Rangers manager. The Liverpool hero has been named the new head coach of Premier League side Aston Villa, stepping into the role vacated by the sacked Dean Smith. In another update, organisers of the 60th edition of the Lagos Amateur Open Golf Championship have announced that Nigeria's foremost lady golfer Georgia Obo is one of the big names that will grace the annual golf event scheduled to hold at the golf section of Ikoyi Club 1938 from November 18th to 21st. Obo, who is Nigeria's only woman in the Ladies European Tour, is a product of the First Bank Lagos Amateur Open Golf Championship and is one of the professionals that will take part in the championship. The event is a World Amateur Golf Ranking listed competition that attracts the best golfers from the amateur scene. And on tennis, Britain's Dan Evans let slip a one-set lead as Francis Tiafoe completed a comprehensive turnaround to reach the Stockholm Open semi-finals. Evans had looked to be heading into his third semi-final of the year, but lost 1-6, 6-1, and 6-1. Hawa Adam Kiawa, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, www.freedomradionig.com.
Ba za ka iya zuwa gurin sallah ba saboda mura da majina. Lalle ka sha maganin Mixagrip saboda samun sauki daga ciwon mura da kuma majina. Mixagrip yana da sinadarin paracetamol da kuma phenylephrine.
Mixagrip an yi shi da dangantaccen kamfanin magani mai suna Orange Drugs Limited. Idan ka ji alamomin mura da majina bayan kwana 3, ka je asibiti ka ga likita. Mixagrip kar ka tsallake rana.
Samu sauki daga majina.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. No fewer than 71 terrorists, including 2 female logistics suppliers, Mrs. Aisha Umar, 19, and Mrs. Kaltumi Bakura, 20, have been arrested by troops in internally displaced persons camp in Brahma, Borno State. The defense headquarters disclosed 31 of the insurgents were also neutralized within the time under review. Acting Director Defense Media Operations, Brigadier General Bernard Onyuko, revealed that within the period in focus, the troops of Operational Hatinkai conducted a series of land and air operations across the Northeast Theater that yielded commendable results. He said the sustained synergy in the land and air operational efforts have continued to degrade and operational capabilities of the terrorist elements limit their freedom of action and drive scores of them into surrendering. The state government says it will It will complete Dakata to Bela Road, Rimin Kebe, Korin Akuya, and other road projects in the upcoming year 2022. The Commissioner Kano State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure Engineer Idris Garba Ngwarimi made this known today, shortly after the ministry's budget defense before the Standing Committee of Works of Kano State House of Assembly. He added that the ministry was succeeded by the 75% performance in the 2021 budget and completed some abandoned projects in the state. Engineer Idris Garba Ungwarimi also said Kano State government has earmarked about 42 billion naira for capital projects in the 2022 budget. Correspondent Awal Hassan Fagir reports that the commissioner said state government will construct a road network linking some local government areas outside the Kano metropolitan area.
We achieved 71%
in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to be a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and later increase to 35 degrees Celsius. Kaduna is expected to have similar weather conditions at an average temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and later change to 32 degrees Celsius. Kaduna will experience sunny and light winds at an average temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and later change to 32 degrees Celsius. Abuja will expect sunny intervals and light winds at 23 degrees Celsius and later increase to 32 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light winds. Lagos is expected to have same weather conditions at an average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and later change to 32 degrees Celsius. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi is expected to have sunny and light winds at an average temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and later increase to 36 degrees Celsius with sunny and light winds. While Zindar is expected to have similar weather conditions at an average temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and later change to 37 degrees Celsius. Anina Muhammad Idris, Freedom Radio.
And in business, Anas Muhammad Mandi has updates.
President Muhammadu Buhari has told French investors that Nigeria is be able to attract and sustain foreign direct investments. Buhari stated this in a keynote remark at the Nigeria International Partnership Forum with a focus on beyond the pandemic in Paris. He added that the outlook on the Nigerian economy remained bright with sustained investment in infrastructure, particularly ICT, that favored global businesses and a friendly regulatory environment that supported foreign direct investments. Meanwhile, the World Bank has demanded debt transparency as a crucial step in countries' development process, while it estimates that external financing needs in Nigeria and other low-income developing countries will reach $429 billion between 2023 and 2025. This was stated in its report entitled Transparency in Developing Economies, which marked the first comprehensive assessment of the global and national systems for monitoring sovereign debts. It added that transparency will facilitate new investments, improve accountability, and help reduce corruptions. Anas Mohammed Mande, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, former South African President Frederick de Klerk died today at 85. De Klerk died after a battle with cancer. The deceased had announced his diagnosis on his 85th birthday on March 18 this year. The statement released by his foundation stated that it is with the deepest sadness that F.W. de Klerk Foundation must announce that former President de Klerk died peacefully at his home in Fesnaye earlier this morning, following his struggle against cancer. He is most remembered for his famous speech delivered on February 2nd, 1990, announcing the lifting of a ban on the African National Congress and other liberation movements. In the same speech, he ordered the release of anti-apartheid icon Mandela from prison after 27 years in jail. He is survived by his wife, Alita, children Jan, Suzanne, and grandchildren. We've come to the end of today's global news, but before we leave, a recap of our headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria is committed to infrastructural renaissance. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy says national identification number to enable federal government and security agencies identify internet users. Troops arrest 71 terrorists in Borno internally displaced persons camp. And on the foreign scene, last South African apartheid president dies at 85. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zanna, thank you for listening.
ko maganganun rudu ba mafato labaran mu sai mun bincika kafin mu yado sannan mu faɗa